The film begins with the sight of a healthy girl sitting in a car whose name is Sam. She has a card in his hand on which a phone number is written and she attempts to dial that number. The call is received by another girl. But before she could speak anything, Sam cuts the call. Sam works at a gas filling station and is completely fed up with her life, and even more, she does have a single friend. Moreover, she is being bullied by her boss Isaac and all the people around her, due to which she is on the verge of committing suicide, but something is stopping her from doing that. However, when Sam arrives at the station for her duty, her boss Isaac intentionally puts a heavy load of tasks on her shoulders while teasing and taunting her, and then he leaves. Then the scene shifts to the girl who received the call from Sam, and we learn that her name is Emily, who is being captured and tied up by her ex-boyfriend named Charlie. He shows her some of their past videos and teases Emily with their help. Actually, he is a psycho whose parents had left him. Similarly, Emily did the same and she also left him. So now he wants to take revenge against Emily. That's why he has kidnapped her and he is torturing her. She is unconscious because he is giving her a large number of drugs. When she comes to consciousness, she remains stunned seeing that her boyfriend has kidnapped her. Then he comes close to her and forcefully tries to feed her with the drugs again, but she opposes him and spits the fluid on his face. In this situation, they start a fight in which Emily loses her glasses, and Charlie chokes her and damages her a lot, but before she could die he leaves her, and Charlie enjoys all this very much. After this, Emily attempts to deceive him with polite behavior and says sorry as well, so that she successfully manages to console him, and then she requests him to give her glasses. Therefore he gives her glasses back. As she receives the glasses, she attacks him. He warns her that if she would not stop opposing him, he would kill her in a way she can't imagine. As he belongs to a hunter family, he says that he will cut her in tiny pieces, so she would better not try to escape, which scares her a lot, but she tangles him in conversation and uses a strong flashlight to distract him, and then attacks him. Consequently, she gets a chance to escape, and she picks a knife to kill him. Meanwhile, Charlie again attacks her. In this fight, Charlie, being furious at her, lands a slap on her face, due to which Emily's glasses are thrown away again, and we see that without glasses, she cannot see anything. After that, she continually strikes his body with a wine bottle, and as a result, he falls unconscious. Being tense, she keeps on struggling to get rid of him and to escape from him successfully. So she instantly unties her feet and attempts to run, but before she could run, Charlie regains the energy and captures her again, but doesn't fall weak in front of him, and picks up a glass bottle lying beside her and strikes his head with it. Therefore she gets a little relief from him, so she runs out of the room where she was kept after the kidnapping. But we see that she is still without her glasses, and upon exiting the room she mistakenly places her foot on her glasses and breaks it. Therefore she cannot completely escape without glasses. However, with blurry eyes, she tries her best to get rid of him and runs towards the forest. On the other hand, we see that Sam faces a customer named Carol who has mistakenly damaged her car herself by filling an inappropriate amount of gas in it, but still she is blaming Sam for this. She scolds Sam and gets a refund and even takes some free toffees from the shop after bullying her a lot. She threatens her that she will complain to the police, and then she leaves the station while Sam cannot do anything to stop her as she is helpless. Afterwards, we see Emily, who has completely lost in the forest. She has managed to cover some distance away from the kidnapping location, but still, she can't see anything. As she knew that she could not run much, she called the police and told them her situation, but she didn't know the location. Moreover, her phone was turned off so that Charlie could not be aware of that. However, the police tell her that they would find her out in an hour, so she must be patient till then. She requests the police to guide her on the video call, but they refuse, saying that it's against the police rules. So she gets more worried because Charlie has come to consciousness, and after putting a bandage on his head, he has started chasing her. Being blunt, she opens the call log in her phone and dials the first number, as she could not see whose number it was. And surprisingly, we see that the number was of Sam, and luckily she picks up the call. Then Emily hurriedly informs her that she is in danger and she needs urgent help. Sam assumes that it must be a scam call, but Emily begs for help and clearly explains that her ex-boyfriend is about to kill her and she is nearly blind while she is waiting for the police to come and save her. Sam thinks that she cannot do anything to save her and tells her that she cannot help her, but so she would better call anybody else. But Emily begs for help and tells her that if she doesn't help her, she would be killed soon. So she requests Sam to guide her on a video call to get out of the place. However, Sam inadvertently agrees to it. Therefore, Sam makes a video call with her and she makes her see her surroundings so she could guide her through the passage to escape. Initially, Sam cannot guide her well and loses hope, but Emily again forces her to keep guiding her. Meanwhile, Sam observes a path and instructs her to follow that path, so she keeps following Sam. Meanwhile, an old man as a customer arrives at her store, so she asks him what if he were lost in a forest, what would he do first? He replies that he will find a stream first, which can be found with the help of birds. However, she continues to guide her, and on the way, Emily tells Sam that she is a doctor who has defected ever since her childhood, due to which she is being bullied, but she never accepted to wear the glasses and keeps surviving without them. That's why she has some practice to manage without glasses. After that, Sam tells her about herself and that she was also being bullied by her school fellows, and she claims that they both are the same. After a while, Emily reaches a place and learns that the path ahead is blocked by a fallen tree, which again causes Sam to deny further help. But Emily keeps requesting her, therefore Sam tries to keep her motivated and sees some videos to tackle the emergencies like that. He tells her to find a river around so that there must be a population around it and helps her in untying her hands. Afterwards, she tells him to follow the sparrow sound. Obeying Sam, Emily follows the sparrow sound, but Charlie sees her and goes to his place to bring some weapons to kill her. Next, they both continue to talk and Emily tells her that her mother was a nurse and this is why she became a doctor, so that she could spend as much as possible time with her mother. Moreover, she struggles a lot to give her mother a peaceful and happy life. But at present, she is unable to give her much time as her schedule is quite tough. Her mother is wishing to take Emily to her grandmother, but unfortunately, she has no time for that. Therefore, Sam calms her down and tells her that she works in a gas station and she has quit her studies because of her mother's illness, but her mother is no more. Emily feels sad for her while Sam stands up and her phone's charging pin breaks and gets stuck inside the phone, causing harm to Sam. Meanwhile, Emily reaches the water, but she slips and falls into a pit, and still, she is connected to Sam on the video call. Sam notices a car and informs Emily that Charlie has arrived there. Emily decides to get in his car and drive away while Sam stops her to do that as it is full of risk. But Emily doesn't obey her and gets in the car. When she tries to start the car, Charlie moves towards her. Somehow she manages to start the car and hit him with it. Due to this, her car hits a tree and she has to move further on foot. Sam instructs her to check Charlie if he is completely dead. So she moves towards him and decides to kill him by stabbing a piece of glass, but Sam stops her and says that she is a nice girl so she must not kill anybody. Despite telling her that Charlie has troubled her a lot, Sam doesn't agree and Emily finally leaves him without killing and puts the glass piece in her pocket. Afterwards, Sam tells her that her phone is about to be dead and writes Emily's number on a piece of paper. After that, she searches for the spare phone in her store while her phone gets off. Next, we see that the rude customer Carol again arrives there and tells her that she forgot to take her credit card. From there, she again starts to scold Sam while Sam tells her about Emily and asks for help. But being arrogant, she denies it. Then Sam snatches her phone and hides inside the counter, but she realizes that Emily's number is outside the cabin. So she gets out while ditching Carol with her phone and takes the number, then again hides in the counter. On the other hand, Emily faces Charlie, who has a gun. He moves forward to kill her, but she slips and falls into the water. Fortunately, Emily remains alive and gets on the edge, but she was quite injured. Sam calls her and she tells her that now she will die. Although Sam has helped her a lot, she has lost hope. But Sam motivates her. Emily asks her to connect with her mother. On the call, she apologizes to her mother for everything. After that, Sam again forces her to stand up and she must be saved today. So she tells her own story that her mother died due to her negligence, so now she would never let her die. Therefore, Emily gathers up some courage and stands up and moves forward. After that, she reaches a hut and hides inside while Charlie, following her, reaches there. In the hut, she searches for something that can help her, but there are only chemicals. On the other hand, Sam gets disturbed by Carol, who brought her husband with a gun. They break into the store and order her to get out of the counter. Meanwhile, her boss Isaac races there. He also orders her to get out, but she disobeys him as well to save Emily. Sam tells a plan to Emily. Charlie sees Emily hiding and shoots her, but we see that it was the plan as it was Emily's shirt. And then she uses a chemical to attack Charlie, but he overpowers her and begins to choke her. Seeing this, Sam shouts and suddenly she remembers that Emily has a glass in her pocket and instantly speaks so that she could hear her. Emily hears her and successfully stabs her and kicks him, consequently he dies. Meanwhile, the police reach to rescue her. On the other hand, Sam is also arrested by the police for the crime, but still, she was quite happy because she has saved Emily's life and managed to get out of the guilt of her mother's death. Later we see Sam talking to Emily on a video call and now they have become good friends. Emily is also happy and she is going to visit her grandmother with her mother. Sam has started studying again and she is about to migrate to a big study to continue her studies. After all, Emily asks her for the first time who she was calling to, which is received by Emily. She claims that she was ordering a pizza and mistakenly she dialed Emily's number. After that, we learn that at that time Sam was planning to attempt suicide, but she has hidden it from Emily. After all, both lives are saved and changed.